discipline and showing up every single day is ultimately the only path to success. You're not going to achieve any significant or sustainable success without being disciplined and showing up every single day and understanding that you need to take action regardless of how you feel. No matter how pretty it is, no matter how glamorous it is, you're never going to see sustainable success if you don't show up every single day and at least try to perform at your best. Even though you won't, I've touched on this before on my channel, even if you perform at 50% of your best self on a certain day, but you still showed up, that is better than the man who shows up who only shows up, right, 90 to 100% of his best self, but only once a week, right, or twice a month, for example. That man is not going to get anywhere, right? He's a man that's always waiting for the perfect time, waiting for his feelings to be immaculate, right? And that's a man that is never going to achieve success, because it's what every average person does, right? Every average person is waiting for the perfect time, is waiting for motivation to feel great in order to take action on something. And that is exactly why you will stay average, because if you do the same thing as every other average person, you will be average. You need to do something different than the rest in order to be exceptional. There's this story about two gardeners where both of them are obviously gardeners and wanting to build and maintain a pretty garden and make their flowers and their plants flourish and just have a really pretty garden. Gardener A is a gardener who just shows up and waters his plants, his flowers only when he feels like it, right? So he does it maybe once or twice a week, and he fast forward basically a few months, he notices that his plants and his garden essentially is just not as pretty as it used to look. It's dying, right? It's on the decline. And then gardener B is the gardener that waters his garden every single day, no matter how he feels, no matter like how much he doesn't want to water his garden, right? Because it might be a laborious task, it might be annoying in the moment, he might have something more pleasurable to do, but he still does it, and he doesn't do a perfect job every single day. He might give certain plants less water than others, or he might just not do as much of a thorough job overall as maybe the gardener A does, but only once or twice a week. However, he does it every single day, and he makes sure that overall speaking, the whole garden is nourished with water and is able to grow. And fast forward a few months, he has a beautiful, immaculate, lush garden. And gardener A has one that's dying, has one that just doesn't look as good as it did 2 months ago, right? And the lesson in there is simply put, you've got to show up every single day, right? It's the man that understands that if you don't feed your own habits, if you don't feed your own life, if you don't water your own, discipline muscle every single day, you're ultimately not going to succeed in life. You're ultimately going to be declining. You're not going to be growing. You're going to be declining, dying, whatever you want to call it. And so you've got to view your life as a garden almost in this example, right? You've got to show up every single day to water your business, water your relationship, water your fitness goals. You've got to view it as that, right? And again, no matter how pretty it is, no matter how much effort you put into it or whatever, I mean, of course, always strive to give it your best. But again, some days you're just not gonna, it's just not quite going to be there. Those days happen. However, the most important thing is showing up and making sure that you do water your business. You do the necessary tasks to keep things on the right trajectory and keep things progressing, right? Because if you don't, as soon as you don't show up on a specific day, you're almost just resetting your consistency streak. You're just resetting everything, and you're also, more importantly, you're giving yourself permission to not show up, right? And that's a very, very dangerous place to be. It's okay to slightly miss a day. It's okay to not have your best day, or it's okay to maybe occasionally, maybe 5-10% of the time not wake up at your designated time. But it's the mindset that you have that thinks it's okay to do that is the real killer. So it's the mindset that you have that basically thinks it's okay to not show up on a given day and not work in your business, not strive to get new clients, or not strive to learn something new and become a better man, or not strive to improve your relationship or relationships. It's that mindset that is the real killer, right? That the mindset of you thinking that it's okay to not show up. So if you have that mindset, if you are someone who hasn't really been too consistent up until now in your life, and whether that's again with your fitness goals, your relationship goals, your business goals, whether you want to start maybe a new online business or whatever, and you just haven't really been consistent, it's probably because you have that mindset. You allow yourself to, put simply. You get exactly what you wish for out of this life. And if you are giving yourself permission to subconsciously or consciously, right, to not do the required tasks that you ultimately know will get you to where you want to be deep down, well, you're never going to get there. All right. So best advice I can give you is to basically become disgusted with the idea of not showing up on a specific day, and also fall in love with the idea that, yeah, as discussed on some of my previous videos, you don't need to be perfect every single day. And so fall in love with the idea that just with the mere fact of showing up every day, no matter how glamorous it is, you will be making progress, and you will be out competing the rest of your competitors who are only showing up when they feel like it, or only showing up when things feel perfect. And that is a beautiful thing. That should motivate you in and of itself, right? So start doing this. And if you want to truly level up your life and have insane accountability across the board in every single area of your life, have access to really high level, in-depth knowledge when it comes to having more confidence, charisma, speaking better, having better communication skills, improving your dating life, making money online, specifically through faceless theme pages, join Masculinity Central. The link will be just below, and I'll see you inside. See you in the next video. Cheers.